welcome back to the channel. So before I get stuck into this video, I just wanted to say that there is no judgment here, ever. I know that letting go isn't always an easy thing to do, and I understand how deeply personal a subject can be. So this video is in no way dismissing your past or the gravity of your current situation, and I would never tell anyone to just move on or to get over something. This channel and everything that I'm trying to do is about helping those who need it find a way forward, one that brings happiness, peace, maybe a bit of clarity, and leaves less weight on your shoulders. So, that being said, I will now get on with the video. And as I just said, letting go can seem or feel hard, but in my opinion, a lot of the time, the thing keeping us stuck isn't the problem, but our attachment to it. Think about something that has been weighing on your mind or creating stress, worry, pain. It could be something you've had to contend with for years. It could be something that has popped up in the last couple of hours. Whatever it is, just for a moment, for the duration of this video, take a step back, or a gentle step back from it. Not to dismiss it, but to try and view it with a fresh set of eyes from a different perspective, because doing so may help you to identify the cause of the problem, as in the thing that's making it feel so heavy. Because when we energetically or emotionally hold on to something, even when it is causing us stress or it hurts, we can become attached to it. It could be an attachment to an outcome, as in the idea that it has to happen a certain way. It could be people, maybe the idea that you can't be happy without them or without someone. It could be the past, or it could be your identity, how you choose to project yourself outwardly. Like when we say things like, this is just who I am, or I can't be any other way, or that's not something someone like me can do, or a leopard never changes its spots, or you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or I'm too long in the tooth. There are literally an insane amount of sayings we use to reinforce that one. But in my experience, like I said at the beginning, most of the time it's not the problem that keeps us stuck, or certainly not me stuck. It's the narrative that I create around it. The expectations that I put there, the fear I attach to it, the energy and the emotion that I feed it. And once the narrative starts to take shape, the ego will naturally step in to protect it. It convinces us that this story is the truth, because to question it can feel unsafe, or it can feel uncomfortable, or maybe it can even feel a little bit like a betrayal. It becomes the filter through which we see everything, the world around us, our reality. It reinforces our beliefs, our actions, our reactions, and, like I said a minute ago, our identity. This is how a self-fulfilling prophecy manifests itself. Not because the situation is impossible, but because we keep reinforcing it as something that cannot be changed. But what if the narrative, or the story that you keep on telling yourself, isn't necessarily the whole truth? What if it's just one side, or one version, or one perspective of that truth? And what if, instead of reinforcing it, you could begin to rewrite it? This may sound obvious, but for things to change, we have to be willing to do things differently. And it's easy to fall into the habit or the trap of waiting. You're waiting for the right moment, you're procrastinating, or you're waiting for circumstances to shift or change, or you're waiting for someone to take the lead or take the first step. I talk about this in my video on manifestation, but real change begins when we stop waiting and we start choosing. I spent the best part of 30 years reinforcing my own personal narrative when it came to things I can't, or things I couldn't do. And most of the time, not being someone who can do it would align perfectly with the level of effort that would be required to get it done, if that makes any sense. I remember my breakthrough moment though, and it may sound silly to someone that isn't me, but it was an epiphany moment for me. It was way back when, in 2010, maybe 2009, 2010, my kids were young at the time, and I had a kind of dangerous back garden. There were old steps, sort of jagged concrete everywhere. There was no space to sit down. There was no space for the kids to play. You could never have a cup of coffee or tea outside. It was a complete waste of space. And I kept telling Shelley, my wife, that I'd get someone in to sort it. But all of the quotes were so expensive even back then. There was no way we were ever going to be able to afford it. So we were stuck. I can't pay someone else to do it because I don't have the money. And it's not the kind of thing I can do because I've never done anything like that before. Unless I rewrite the narrative, because the only thing we can really control is how we choose to see ourselves. So the first step was to make a small or a subtle change. Instead of being someone that couldn't, I decided to become someone that was going to try. Yes, that may sound corny, but it is the truth. And I talk about how meditation changed my life all the time on this channel and in these videos with my friends and with clients. But if I am being honest, that moment was probably the moment where things actually changed for me. Like the direction of my life, the way I saw things, they changed. And this video is about letting go. But for me, letting go of excuses, and limiting beliefs, the idea that I can't do something before I've even tried, was the catalyst for my change. People often say that making changes takes time and that it's a process, and I don't disagree with that. But, and this is really important, the amount of time it takes, or the path that you need to go down to make it happen, these are not things that someone else can tell you, not with any degree of certainty, and not if they're being honest, because it's not up to them. And no amount of manipulation will change that unless you are determined or have decided that your reality and your choices are going to be determined or directed by someone else. I started this channel to share my experiences with you in the hope that they might resonate or motivate some people. But how you choose to process information, how you choose to see it, wherever it comes from, that is a you thing as much as it's a me thing. But I will say this, you are always going to be someone who can't until you can. So if you want to be something, be it. Don't wait for someone's permission or validation. It's your life. So commit to it, practice it, perfect it, be passionate about it, and enjoy becoming it. Because you can be whatever you want, and that is not a cliche, it is the truth. And you shouldn't let anyone, I don't care who they are, tell you any different. I'm going to put together a guided meditation on this to try and help anyone feeling stuck to become unstuck. Because when you are able to let go, when you're able to stop holding on to your problems so tightly, life has a knack or a really beautiful way of presenting opportunities and insights to us in ways that we may not have seen before. So that is me done for this video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you could share it with anyone else you think it may benefit, I'd be most grateful. Any questions, any thoughts, please leave them in the comments, and I promise to get back to you. Right? Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Thank you very, very much for watching. Again, take care, stay safe, hold on to your happiness. I'll see you soon.